Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BJJ Goons podcast. I'm one half of the team here, Tim the Mushmaster Spriggs, and with me as always every week is...
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's No New Nico. Glad to be back for another episode. And this week we have a very special guest, a friend of mine, somebody I've known for a very long time. Today we are joined by Thalys Pontes, who has been running around competing for as long as I've known him. He used to hang out with Thalys and Suarez and Maísta Bastos, and they used to travel all around the world. I'm pretty sure he's been homeless for years, or like a BJJ nomad, or however you would clear it up. He's gonna clear it up for us today, I mean. And most recently, which is really dope, we're here to give him all his flowers. He sent me like a screenshot, like, because for those of you that aren't watching like on YouTube, like he looks very professional now. He's got like this nice little haircut and whatnot. Like, we're gonna talk about like where he's come from, where I met him. But like he sent me a screenshot. Yo, he's ranked #1 in every belt. From blue to brown, correct, Thalys? Thalys,
yes.
Yeah, so what's up? Welcome to Thalys Pontes, the light featherweight assassin. Are you still light feather?
Yes, I still light feather.
Yeah, so light feather assassin is what I have on the outline. So welcome. What's up? How are you? God damn. That's one of our followers too, Elliot, yeah. Yeah. All right, so what's up, Thalys? Thalys, what's up?
Hey, how are you? So first, thank you very much for this opportunity. It's an honor for me to be here with you guys. Of course, now this time with a little bit better English and understand you guys better. And also it's a very huge honor for me to be here in the podcast with you and Tim. And just let's do this.
Yeah, that's right. That's facts. Like, so we're gonna link. I've interviewed Thalys on Favela Jiu-Jitsu. We did it in 2018 after Nogi Pans in New York. So we're gonna drop those links in the bio. But yeah, let's just give you a little background. So like Thalys, he is from Cicero Costa. So that's a major team in Sao Paulo. If you don't know like anything, you should at least know what that team is. So Cicero Costa, if you don't know, has a social project. So it's Cicero Costa. What's the name of the social project? It's PSLB. It's a lot of letters. So if you don't speak Portuguese, you've like seen it hashtag, because they always hashtag it, like you probably haven't recognized it. So what is the name of the social project? And say it slowly for us, Thalys.
It's Projeto Social Lutando pelo Bem, Cicero Costa. In the correct translation, you're going to be a social project fighting for good, Cicero Costa.
Wow, I finally know what it means.
So you've known about the project, right? Or do you know about the project or just the team, Tim?
I've known about the project and the team for a very long time. I think at least 10 years, because my earliest recollection is the Meow Brothers, I believe, and Leandro Lowe.
Yeah.
Those were the first two. And I remember the patch that y'all had. I think you guys still had the same patch. I knew that we knew in America that you guys were the killers, and that you guys were up and coming. Like everyone talked about Alliance, Gracie Baja, Atos, but you guys had a reputation of just being hard-nosed, and you had that small room where everybody was filling up the mats, and you guys just would send guys to Worlds and you'd kill it. So I've known about your social project for a long time, but I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I didn't know the full name.
Nobody knows the full name. It's really, really long. So it's just PSLPB. PSLPB.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Social project fighting for good, Cicero Costa in the English translation.
Mm-hmm. So what year did you start training with Cicero Costa? Because we're gonna go. There's a lot with you, Thalys. So I'm gonna ask you specific questions about your past, and then we're gonna jump to where you are right now. So what year did you start with Cicero Costa?
Just connection with that, like I always used to say I live 21 years, but sometimes I kind of feel like I live 50 years inside of 21. My life was always super intense in everything. But going straight away, I joined Cicero Costa in 2015, was when I moved from my city to São Paulo. And then I decided to make a win for Jiu-Jitsu. And then I joined there 2015, around like August, September.
All right. So it was in 2015. So we're just going to try to get a timeline first. That's how we're going to start. So Cicero Costa in 2015. Yeah. At what point did you leave Cicero Costa and start traveling?
As soon as I arrived in Cicero Costa in 2015, I started to travel all over Brazil to fight the tournaments, because basically we was making fighting a lot of open class to have money to buy food to eat. So we was fighting like every weekend in the tournaments, sometimes like Saturday in one city, Sunday in another city, and always fighting a lot. So I travel a lot in Brazil from 2015 to 17. And then in 2017 was my first international experience when I come to Worlds 2017 in May.
2017. Where'd you go?
I went straight away to California, and then I stayed in Brea, Orange County in California. I lived there for like, you know how I say I live. Né? I stayed there for a little bit, go to the other place, stay there for a little bit.
Yeah, so this is what I was trying to get. So that's what I was trying to build a timeline. So you start training Jiu-Jitsu in 2015. In 2000.
I started training Jiu-Jitsu in 2012 in Ribeirão Preto, in my city. Okay. And then 15, I moved to São Paulo.
Okay, cool. We're going to come back to your city all the way at the end to relate to something Tim wanted to talk about, which about training full time. Like, so yeah, so you were training in your town. You went to Cicero Costa, which is where I wanted to start it off with in 2015. And then in 2017 is the point where I guess I tell people that like you left Brazil and like you kind of never went back. Did you go back after 2017? I feel like you never went back to Brazil except till maybe, unfortunately, rest in peace, the death of like your grandmother, or maybe like, that's when I tell people like, yeah, he's just been homeless, kind of like running around. Is that true?
Yeah, I went there, I think 3 times after I left from the first time. The first time I go back was a normal, just because I don't understood how to trick the word. So I go
how
back
to trick the world.
Yeah.
So I was telling Tim about this. I was like, yo, he's the only person that figures out how to stay in the US. Like he can trick that visa thing. So that's what he's talking about. And we will get into that later. So yeah.
Yeah. I hope the immigration don't watch this podcast.
You're good now though. You're good. And apparently you did it correctly. I don't know. You're an amazing person. And we're going to get into all of this. But first we're going to establish the timeline.
Perfect. So 2012 was when I started training Jiu-Jitsu. 2015 was when I moved to Cicero Costa. 2017 was when I did my first international travel, when I come here to America in California. And then after 2017, I start, and the first point for me was I come to America to fight Worlds, and then I stayed just there in California, traveling to different states, different cities in California, the end of 2017. And then 2018 was when I start, and then I come back to Brazil because I need to get out of the country from America. So I went back to Brazil, and then was when I start to learn, because of the experience that I had in Brazil. As soon as I go back, I was like, no, this is not how I go back to this country again. I need to live outside from here. So I need to find out I can go out and never come back. So that was when I start to study how to trick the word, I call. And then I come back to America in 2018, and then I start to travel to every country. That was how I end up traveling to 21 countries. And then I never stopped travel.
That's incredible.
I did 21 countries in 3 years.
Damn.
That's very impressive.
That's what I was telling you, was homeless, Tim.
It's a nomad.
Yeah, I was basically like going to every country that was possible, because example, I come in 2018, I come to America, and then I stay 4 months here in America, travel every state. And then my visa was like 4 months, and I expires in 6 months. So I was 4 months inside of America. I was like, right, so I need to get out of here to renew my visa. So I went to Mexico, and then I stayed 2 days in Mexico, and then I come back here, renew my visa. So that was when I did the first try to do of the trick the word. So, and then works well. And then I was like, oh, so if I go to any country outside of America and can renew my visa like that, I'm going to be able to come here and live here and just go to outside of America to fight tournaments outside there and then come back to here. So that was how I ended up understanding, of course, with so much study and so much advice from Jonas Andrade, that he's the real trick the word. And then I start to travel to Europe, Abu Dhabi, Poland, Kazakhstan. So like to everywhere, all the 21 countries I ever been. I start to live in America for 2-3 months and then go outside, stay there 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then come back to America, stay 2-3 months, and then go outside, stay 1, 2 weeks, and then come back to America and keep staying, keep working, you know.
Do you know anybody else that's ever done it like that? Because I know I've sat with you personally and explained this to another Brazilian, and they've just been too scared to attempt it.
Yeah, truly, it's very scary. But I know one person who do this, which is Jonas Andrade. He did this, and he teach me a lot of everything what I know. And then people, like soon as when I entered in America in 2021 during the COVID time, I was the first jiu-jitsu athlete to enter in America. As soon as the COVID hit and block, and the president blocked every people from Brazil to enter in America, I was like, I need to find a way to go back to America because I cannot stay in Brazil. Because was when I went there because my mom had a motorcycle accident. So I went there to help her and stuff. And then I say, man, I need to go back. So I studied so much in how to enter in America, even though was a block there from the president. I was like, man, I need to have somehow that I can enter there. So I'm gonna find out. So I study a lot. I go to Mexico City, and then I go to Cancun. Cancun, I enter in Chicago. In Chicago, I move to Charlotte. I drive to Charlotte, and then I go to enter here. But on that time,
what did you have to study to figure out that you had to do all of that to get into the U.S.?
What I had to study was basically like in the way that the whole world was going on with the COVID stuff, was like some countries was in red because too much coronavirus case. Some countries was orange, and some countries was green. So you cannot travel from a red to a green country. You can only travel from orange to green, or to a red to orange, but the orange to green you cannot. So, but you cannot do it straight, you know. You cannot go straight from the red to green.
No, I don't know, because I was at home the whole time.
Yeah, but was so much crazy stuff. Like it was so much small details that make a big difference, you know. Like you cannot travel from Brazil to America, but you can travel from Brazil to Mexico and Mexico to America.
That's a lot of studying. Yeah, it makes sense. So you can't jump colors. You just got to go down the color wheel.
Yeah, yes, but it was like only few countries was able to enter in America. And I remember in the time that I did was only Puerto Rico and Mexico was allowed to enter in America. No other ones. And then I come from Mexico, and then Jonas come from Puerto Rico. And then we both just try, like the chance was 99%
sure. So both of y'all got in. Both of y'all got in.
We're not gonna be able to. And then we did. I had everything recorded. Like I went to the airport, and then for almost I could not to make it because the lady from the airport on the desk, when I was in Mexico trying to fly to America, was the last phase. The lady say, no, you cannot do it. I say, of course I can. And then she say, of course you cannot do it. You come from Brazil, you stay 14 days in Mexico, and then you cannot enter in America after 14 days. I say, how not? If it's in the rule of the government.
I read this, I studied.
Yeah. So, and then I get so many stuffs to prove it for her. and I also need I be able to enter in Mexico. On that time, I was needing to prove what I'm gonna do there. So I just make up one situation that I was going to be a vlogger, and I was going to do vlogs in Mexico for some hotels, for jiu-jitsu schools, for seminars and stuff. So I kind of build up my YouTube channel for do vlogs and stuff. And then I go to enter there in Mexico to do vlogs for the hotel. And then after that, I went to Cancun to do a seminar in a
hold on. Can we stop real quick and just like appreciate the fact that you said you fluffed your whole YouTube channel to get into Mexico so that you could get into the US during coronavirus? I just want to make sure that all of our listeners can appreciate the effort that he put into this.
And that was over 2 weeks? That was over the course of it.
14. Yeah, it was 15 days, was 2 weeks and 1 day.
That is incredible.
But you never had a camera though. It was Jonas that has like an Instagram page with clicks, or am I confusing it with Pato? Which one of you all has a camera?
Pato.
Yeah. So it's like, because you are a hardworking, like, I don't want to try to curse. You are a hardworking dude. But like, all right. So anyway, so he fluffed his Instagram, his YouTube channel, got into Mexico. Keep going. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to highlight that.
And then I got in Mexico, and then I did the vlogs for the hotel where I was staying. I did the vlogs, like trying to do vlogs from anything, because I had no clue. For me, my brain was just like fight, never be a vlogger or something like that. But that was the excuse what put me to be able to enter in Mexico. And then I entered with that excuse. And then I went to Cancun. And then I did a seminar there, entered very well. I make a curriculum for all the stuffs, and then was very nice to show the immigration here in America. Because when I was trying to fly to here, the lady was like, no, you cannot. I was like, of course I can. Here's all the proof. Here's all the documents that I have, all the letters that I have from America, from Mexico, that I'm coming working, doing vlogs to marketing the businesses and stuff. And then I'm also an athlete. And then the funny part was when she understood that everything what I had saying to her, I had proof of it. She arrives, but you're not going to be able to fly today because she takes so long time saying no to me that I lost the flight. And then she says, so I'm going to put you in the next flight tomorrow.
First class,
though, right? Perfect. So I'm going to lay down here in front of you and sleep here on the floor until tomorrow. And then she gave me a hotel for I stay in the airport. And then I went there, was free room and all this stuff. So I stayed there one extra day in Cancun. And then when I travel from there to America was normal. But when I arrived in America was the crazy part. I arrived in Chicago, and then the guy from immigration, which is the biggest challenge, the biggest fight for everybody from Brazil, it's the immigration guy. It's not even the people like, words or like, it's not even like the big black belts, it's the people from immigration. It's our hardest fight. And then I get here in America, the guy was like, what are you doing here? I say, I come here to fight jiu-jitsu tournaments and do some vlogs and stuff. Oh, you're gonna work? No, I'm not gonna work. He says, so you're saying you're doing vlogs? No, I'm doing for myself, it's not a work. I'm not gonna receive nothing money about that. And there was a big war to convince the guy that I'm not gonna come here to make money or something like that. I was going to fight BJJF. And then was a big
easy. You think it'd be easy to convince them you're not making money doing jiu-jitsu, right, Nico? I'm not doing this for money. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's like, no, nobody ain't getting money off this except Thalys. Thalys is getting money off this, which is why he's here today. But after a lot, because he talked about like sleeping in trees as well, sleeping in bus stations. He's talked about sleeping in many a space. So like getting a comped hotel room is a real come up from him. Like that's 2020 we're at right now.
Yeah.
I'm really confused though. Like at this point, I'm confused. So we're here in the US, but then like, I thought you were in the Carolinas when Corona hit. Cause like you have a whole wife right now and we're only in 2022, but like, you just keep telling your story, I guess.
Yeah. The part I was in South Carolina, and then my mom had the the motorcycle accident, and then I went to Brazil. I helped her.
So had you met Abby before you went back to Brazil?
Yes, I met Abby in 2018.
Because you were in the Carolinas for a while, like working at a school. What school was it? Remind me.
One school there.
You not want to mention it. So you were at a school there working for a while. So like you were kind of like, did you have a home there, or were you staying with the family? No, he was homeless until now. Like the end of the story has him having a home and a gym, and that's where we're going with this. But okay, so that's why you had to fight to get back in after leaving the Carolinas, because that's why I thought you were kind of established in Carolinas. Because first you had been in the U.S. in Brea in California, been around all over the world.
After New York,
Unity, and for somebody that has no health insurance, because we were talking about unionizing jiu-jitsu and the importance of health insurance, I swear to God, you caught like staph infection every single time you went to Unity in New York, and you have no health insurance to get the antibiotics for that shit.
Yes. That's true. I ask for people, hey, can I have antibiotics, please? A lot.
Yeah, Thalys is out there like people trying to get like lean or perks. He's like, yo, you got the antibiotics? You got them antibiotics? Because it's hard.
That was very tough. That was super tough. But helps a lot if I shower on that time. But that time was very hard.
Wait, it was hard to shower?
Yeah, because we was living in the house of one friend, and then we was trying to make sure like we get most shower possible, but it's so hot in New York, and then like you shower 1-2 times in the school. Like we used to shower when we arrived there, and then after pro training we shower, but need to be a super quick shower because have like 20 more guys to go shower, so you never do a true shower correct. And I never had a house to make sure I do like a 20-minute shower to clean my body correct, So also a lot of immaturity on my brain was the problem there, I think.
I mean, how old were you at the time of you getting into the country, the second time going through immigration through Chicago?
Oh, I was 20.
20. Incredible.
Yeah, but I arrived here when I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you fought immigration. I'm assuming since you're here, you made it, you won, you beat immigration. How did we go from you coming back to the States, beating immigration, to you opening a school?
So I was in Brazil, and then I said, man, it's impossible to live for me. It's impossible for I live in Brazil. I cannot. I need to live in somewhere different. I live in Australia. I live in Barcelona. I live in California, and Unity, New York. I live in many places different in my life. But one of the most favorite place that I love it was here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So when I was in Brazil, I was like, man, when I go back to South Carolina, I'm going to go back to live, to stay, and to open my school and build up the stuff like that. And then I went to here. When I come back after this fight with the guys in the immigration in Chicago, 2020, sorry, I was like, man, in 1 year I need to open my school. But on that time I had no much money. I had probably like $2,000-$3,000 in my bank account by construction. So I come to here, and then I start to work a lot, work in constructions to build up the money.
$2,000-$3,000 is a lot to have in your bank account at one time. Thank you very much. Like most broke ass Americans, like myself included, not in the past, didn't have $2,000-$3,000. Like
no, but
when I tell you, you work like a motherfucker. I said it. I cursed. You work a lot. Like you do work. Like through people. Like, because I know you have sponsors, but like you're always working IBJJF too. Like having $2,000-$3,000, broke people don't have $2,000-$3,000. But respect to you for that.
But that was like after 4 years working hard, like I was already like purple belt with like a lot of sponsors. I had sponsors in the gi, sponsor of food, sponsor of this and that. So I was making a good money, and also I saved so much because my always dream was build up one school. So I was always saving money for my school. So that money coming from
there we have a motive. See, not everybody has $2,000-$3,000 unless they have a
that was for
motive.
the school.
So
yeah.
you were motivated to save money to have the school. So this whole time you were working towards a goal. You're homeless. You know, you were homeless but working for something. See, that's important to know.
Since the beginning, I was always with the goal to open my own school, because I know in jiu-jitsu, just be an athlete, you're not gonna put food on the table. So I was, man, I for real need to be living my life with the jiu-jitsu, and I really want to make sure I have a safe future. So I was always working towards to open my own school one day. So I was saving money for that. And then soon as after that situation in Chicago, I got with Abby, and then we decide everything is gonna be perfect for us. We line up all our dreams and everything what we want to be doing with our lives. And then we married, and then we decide, look, you're gonna be the woman of my life, whatever. Yes, perfect. So let's marry, let's make this happen. And then we're gonna live our life, like living our dreams. And then we decide to be everything perfect together. And then we draw our dreams a lot. And then we married. And then one day after we married, a lot of stuff crazy happened to our lives. And then we moved to Texas. And then from there, I start to build the 15,000 for the green card for the process. And then I did so much private classes, seminars, working a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments. I built up a lot of works in constructions and everything I could to do to make money to pay for my green card. And then we pay for the green card. And then after that, we work for the school. And then I did a fundraiser in GoFundMe and stuff like that.
Wait, you work for a school, but like you just skip over major things. He's like, so we got married and then we moved to Texas. Boy,
yeah.
Like we got I don't even remember that. So you got married. So when you got married, all that stuff has happened. Is that when you left the gym and you moved to Texas, or you had already left the gym and then you just moved to Texas?
No, everything happened exactly how I say, like, but extremely intense. That's why I always say, like, this stuff happened so intense. Like, everything was perfect for us. Everything was doing well in the school that we was teaching before. And then I married Abby in the July 1st at 10 a.m. And then we don't had honeymoon, because on that time I don't had very much money on my hand, because I invest the money that I had on the green card and also to open one school. But and then the guy did one thing very bad with us, and then we could not to forgive him. So we need to broke everything 1 to 100 in one day. So it was one day after Abby and I married. We had no know how to do like something special for that. And then in the next day, we went to train, and then we figured out all the bad stuff that happened. And then we was like, whoa, what are we gonna do now? Like, we just married, we just expend everything what we have, and this happened. So what are we gonna do now? We don't have what to do.
Yep.
So, and then it was so intense. I go to the house of that guy, take it out everything what we have, put inside of the van, because Abby had the van on that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to the school where we was teaching, and then I talked to him like, look, you did this, you did this is unforgivable. We no longer gonna be here. How you see, we take it out our medals, everything. I don't approve what you did. If it was in Brazil, night, but
yeah,
I'm gonna leave and let you alone here with your own problems. So, and then we went to live in my brother Iago Jalison's house. And then we stayed there for two nights. And then I fly to Miami. And then I fought to win there. I fly there on Friday, fight Saturday, and then come back on Sunday, get the van, drive 20 something hours to Dallas, Texas, because we want to get out of
20 hours.
Yeah.
See, like, let's just like, because not a lot of people would do that. Like, you got to realize, because like we were talking about in jiu-jitsu, how like a lot of people, especially lower belts, they get taken advantage of, like by gym owners. Like, instead of getting money, they're like, we'll do this, or like, we'll do that. And like, just the lack of leverage that you sometimes have, and like to have the courage to like realize that you've been wrong, to like have spent all of your money. And it's like, okay, we just got married, we did all this, but it's like, okay, now we have this huge problem. To like take that life-changing decision to be like, all right, this is messed up, we need to separate ourselves, and like not only like leave the gym, but have to like, because you said, were you living at some place that was affiliated with the gym? It sounded like
was in the house of the guy.
Yeah, so that's like a scary step. A lot of people might just not do anything, or might be scared because they don't know where they're going to get money, or they don't know where they're going to get this, or they don't know where they're going to get that. So that's crazy.
I don't too.
Exactly. But like, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people wouldn't have taken that step because of that. Like, they wouldn't have had that faith.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry to stop the pod so abruptly, but this episode with Thalys was so awesome that we had to break it up into 2 parts. So part 2 will be out next week. But let me give you guys a little update. Congratulations to Thalys. He just won Worlds yesterday. So shout out to him, IBJJF World Champion. We look forward to seeing his progress in the black belt ranks because, you know, after you win Worlds at brown belt, it's a foregone conclusion that you will get promoted. So shout out to Thalys. Shout out to you guys for listening. And we will see you next week for part 2 of our interview. Until next time, peace.